Eric wins. It's a wham? Sorry.
Wham.
Well, wham this. Welcome back to the Five. After a national outcry, Bank of America is now scrapping its $5 debit card fee set to start in January. Bank of America say they made this decision after, quote, listening to our customers very closely. I bet. So proof that the free market system works. A little background on this. Yeah. Dick Durbin, who was the senator from Illinois, started to raise this as an issue when Bank of America decided to add another fee. This is nothing new. These banks all put hidden fees in everywhere to gouge you from the banks left.
It's not a hidden fee, though.
But why? Can we back way up? And can you, Eric, in your Econ 220 way, explain why? But why did they? They didn't just willy-nilly do the fee. The Durbin Amendment that Senator Durbin put on the Dodd-Frank bill. Yeah. If you think you weren't already paying $5 a month to use your ATM card, you're wrong because that was covered. That was hidden in the cost of the transactions that you were doing with the retailers. Like if you went to Walmart or Target, there was a fee.
You think that the banks don't hide charges on you?
I'm just saying. Then Bank of America is being transparent that they're going to have to charge for
That's why I select credit.
But I also agree that they listen to their customers not only closely, but probably very loudly.
I would think so. Go ahead, Mr. Eric. Let's defend this crowd.
There's nothing to defend about it. Look, when Dodd-Frank and the financial reg came down, it clearly told the banks that you're going to have to find other ways other than charging for ATM fees, charging for credit card fees, find other ways to generate income. That's what they do. So they tried a debit fee. It didn't work. They're changing their mind on it. But can we really talk about why Dodd-Frank is in place? Oh, even more importantly, yesterday we found out that Fannie and Freddie executives are going to be paid out $13 million in bonuses. Fannie and Freddie took $170 billion. Now, the interesting part about Dodd-Frank is Fannie and Freddie were left out of Dodd-Frank. Conveniently, because it's a government-sponsored enterprise. In other words, Obama can do all these little games with home loans and student loans and throw them into Fannie and Freddie, and they won't be subject to this big, overwhelming financial regulation.
Why do you think Dodd-Frank went after Bank of America? And these are hidden fees. You know when they send out all these credit cards and say zero interest, right? If you pay the key, if it's not zero, it's 29.9. If you don't pay it exactly within the day you're supposed to pay it, there's all kinds of things they keep hidden in the small print. These banks have been ripping people off relentlessly for years.
Banks. They got to make money. Somehow they got to make money.
And people money the old-fashioned way.
Okay, $5 a month. That's 15 cents a day. Most people spend $5 every morning at Starbucks. I mean, and by the way, saying that when Durbin says this is proof that the free market works, who on the planet needs proof? We won the Cold War. I mean, we got to send a singing telegram to Congress and say, yeah, remember, communism is dead. Yeah. So enough with the proof that the free market works.
And you're exactly right. The free market system won an honest free market system, which in the hand. And by the way, can I just make one point?
Can I? Dick Durbin calling out Bank of America is what part of the free market working?
Right.
I'm just trying to figure that out.
It's corporate America hiding fees, banks hiding fees from their customers.
But then the customers can say we don't want it. Not Dick Durbin going, hey, by the way,
find it.
But wait a second. Imagine this. Imagine this. Okay, so he's ecstatic that somehow you were able to get rid of a $5 fee. How would he feel if taxpayers did the same to any kind of government program that are much more than 15 cents a day?
Or how about their massive pensions?
Yeah.
People that get to retire that have had ethics investigations against them. Oh, don't get me started. By the way, just to be fair for 5 seconds, Bank of America isn't the only one doing this. Other banks are just clever and they haven't found
Bank of America
checking fees
had
that's making my case.
The only entity that had a worse communications rollout this week than Herman Cain was Bank of America 3 weeks ago when they did this on a Friday night. Yeah. They did not hold a press conference and say, this is why we're doing this. It was done. I know some of those guys that work there. I think that they're excellent. I can only imagine that this all came on top of them very quickly and they got it out there, and now they've had to backtrack. It's probably a flip-flop.
It's smeared by Democrats on the Senate floor, of course.
And the president.
If there was...
And the president.
You also have to
very quickly make a very important point.
Sure, of course.
Obama, in a couple hours, is going to fly to France. He's going to meet with the G20. And they're going to talk about a bunch of things, but he's also meeting, very important, no one's reporting this, he's also meeting with the L20, labor, a group of labor leaders, Richard Trumka, right after Sarkozy and Merkel, he's going to meet with Trumka about this, a financial transaction tax. 0.5% on every transaction, find out whether you're buying a piece of real estate or making a stock trade.
This is a big deal. It's a big deal because when you find out about this bank fee, you don't have to pay it. You just leave the bank, you go somewhere else. When the government bills you for something, you don't have that choice.
They must have,
well, that's why free market works.
Wall Street then mugged you. That's probably why you're on this stick, because you're usually a sane and rational person. Look, the Bank of America has, and most of these other big banks have hidden their charges in little fine print. And how about this? If you're somebody like me who banks with Bank of America, I told you this earpiece wasn't worth it. You get a personal banker you can talk to.
Yeah.
You know who people who are just normal, average people get to talk to? Some computer with a lady that sounds like she's from Bhopal.
Right, and that's why Obama says he can't get unemployment down because of the...
What, tease?
They told me to tell you.
I tell you that? Well, I'm not going to
I could sing it like a singing.
No, I'm not, because Eric's coming up. Oh, is Eric next? No. Here's a question. Is New York City's mayor Michael Bloomberg turning into a right-wing kook? Like Eric, he's sticking up for Wall Street. We'll show you what he said. Bowling loves it, and now Greg loves it, and they're both in the tank.